What's up, my Finna love? Sisters Finna D coming to you all from Finna Team and New.
I know. Most of you are probably like, really, Vina? The new episode is in a few hours and you are here with a review. We don't want it. We moved on. We don't care no more. But most of you are aware. If you've been rocking with me for a while, I do not throw away my work. So y'all can get this review, okay? Regardless if the new episode is hours away. I said this months ago. If it was my choice, I will no longer watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta. The only reason why I'm still supporting is because Kenya Moore is on there, and most of you are aware that I rock with Kenya Moore. So I'm basically just supporting her, but the bias editing have gone too far, and that I was no longer interested. And also, I do YouTube as a hobby. This is fun outside of my businesses and everything else I have going on in my personal life, okay? This is my escape. I love editing. I love creating. I love watching these shows and all of that. But when the show that I'm watching, editing, and reviewing starts to feel like work or a chore, or I dread watching it, oh my gosh, what this Sunday editing gonna look like? I no longer care. I'm no longer interested. And so there you have it. And that's the reason why my review have been coming later and later, because I'm simply trying to hang in there and complete the promise that I made to all of you. But if it was up to me, you would not be receiving a review from me ever again on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's just me keeping it real. Okay, and if most of you saw the episode of Speak on It with Kandi and Kenya and Don Juan, Speak on It, you will know what I'm talking about. Kenya said a lot in that interview that was cut out of the episode that made the season very confusing. Kenya talked about how Kandi brought LaToya and there was an introduction. So for the season to start, and boom, yes, this new girl, and now she and Kenya hanging out. She was Kandi's friend. Yes, we get it. They put on the screen, Kenya stole Kandi's friend, whatever. But it would have been nice to see that. The part where she said Portia Williams got upset because Kandi was doing something for Black Lives Matter, and she got upset, and that made Kenya question, what Portia motive was to be this whole leading phase of Black Lives Matter, because it shouldn't matter who is helping or saying what. If we are all Black people and we are all helping each other, and you did not have this agenda to be this phase, and this wasn't a rebrand, and you trying to change your image, then why did it matter that Kandi was doing something for Black people or the movement? You as a Black woman should be happy that anyone is stepping up to help, but you wanted the focus to be on you, as if you are the only person who cared about the movement. And the fact that Kandi was doing something pissed you off. Allegedly, Kandi even confirmed this, that entire scene, conversation, situation was completely removed by Bravo. So now tell me, what show are we watching when you are removing something that important? There was a reason, and I even said that in my earlier reviews. There was a reason why Kenya was upset. But production, I understand you desperately, or whoever over there that is up, Portia, you know what? Dang, why are you sabotaging your own show? The show doesn't make sense. Okay, yes, we understand. Portia backstabbed Kenya last season, so the energy towards Portia this season makes sense. But why would you take out something important that Kandi was doing for Black Lives Matter and the movement, all because you want to bow down and show Portia in a certain light? Like, I don't understand that. Had Bravo shown that episode, had Bravo shown everything, then America would have understand, okay, this is where Kenya Moore energy is coming from. But when you do this bias editing and just make it look like out of the clear blue sky, Kenya just came out of nowhere and questioned Portia activism, and when Portia pretend like those other events that led up to Kenya questioning her more didn't happen, because she's happy that whatever producer that favors her over there at Bravo isn't showing certain things, and because America is not going to see it, so I can sit here and drag Kenya more and pretend and basically behave like, oh yeah, she just hate me, when it's the other way around. Because every single episode, the woman who claims to be unbothered is Kenya. Even in the next episode, they showed a preview. She and her girls at the store, someone pick up something that have snake on it. Who did they bring up again? Kenya. Every single episode. You cannot claim you are unbothered and that someone else is bothered by you. Okay, and you are on this throne and this person is jealous and desperate and bothered by you. But when we see them talk about you, it's laughter. It's not that deep. It's funny to her. It's comedy. But when you talk about her, it's hurt, it's rage, it's hate, and it's constant back to back to back. So I don't like that Bravo is doing that. Show everything. Yes, you cannot fit everything into an hour episode, but at least the same way how you find time to show every single negative detail about Kenya Moore and have extra time to go back and pull old flashbacks to throw in the episodes when it comes to Kenya, do the same thing with everybody. Don't completely wipe out episodes. I understand the part about LaToya being, Kandi friend and Kenya stole her and they put that across the screen. But you're choosing to show LaToya and Kenya might like her. Kenya don't like her, even though Kenya have admitted that she don't like the girl like that. Go and watch my last review and also part 2 of the Jasmine Brand interview that I uploaded, and you will hear everything Kenya had to say about LaToya. But you chose that storyline over a Black Lives Matter event, over the fact that the person who's leading your movement did not want another black woman who was helping the movement shine. You chose 2 females back and forth and having fun moments over an authentic and real and serious story that could help people and could also show that, listen, if you're not being genuine and you're using a movement to rebrand yourself, expose that person. Like I've said over and over again, whether Portia passion for the movement is real or not, it is not my place to judge that woman. Kudos to her and bravo for using the platform, because regardless if it helped one person change their mind about how they approach and see or view certain things, then guess what? Bravo and Portia did something. Okay, what their motive were, they used their platform. Kudos to them. But I'm just saying, show the reason why a cast member question, okay, Portia motive. Don't just go from let's wipe out the entire episode. Don't show nothing and jump to Kenya and Kandi conversation and also cut down that episode and don't show anything previously and just focus on the fact that Kenya said this. And they did not get the reaction that they were looking for, this huge cancel Kenya Moore backlash that they were looking for. And at the end of the day, I read the comments of people actually backing up Kenya for questioning Portia motive. So Kenya revealed a lot on that Speak on It episode that also further contributes to the reason why I no longer care for the Real Housewives of Atlanta and their bias editing. And for those of you who are upset that Kenya, you feel like Kenya did not hold Kandi's feet to the fire and that Kenya did not call her out about the whole charity situation and how, she said that certain people donated and that even though she donated more than the required or suggested amount, that not only did Kandi not back her up on the show, Kandi also came on her platform with Don Juan and basically insinuated that Kenya did not donate. That led to a lot of backlash to the point where Kandi and Don Juan had to address it and address Kenya's supporters. So for those of you who are disappointed that Kenya sat there and
laughed through it and did not call Kandi out and all of that. I feel like QueenYa probably had a discussion with her behind the scenes, but I completely understand those supporters who are upset. Basically, if you embarrass me publicly, then apologize publicly or fix it publicly. No, ain't no me calling you privately and fixing anything. To me, QueenYa is one of those people that when she does things, if it's something that is meant for the public to know so that it could help and encourage other people or motivate other people to do something amazing for someone else or be a blessing to someone else, then she will talk about it. But most of the time when she does things, she's not that person to be screaming it from the mountaintop. Look at me. This is what I did. Like the Milo and the other people on the show that wanted everyone to know they gave money. For example, it was Eva Marcel who went on interviews and said that, QueenYa bought her kid a bassinet. The bassinet her son was sleeping in. QueenYa didn't only buy it, but QueenYa came by and put it together. And QueenYa's a nice person. Like it was Eva who went around giving details of all of the things QueenYa Moore have done for her and her family. QueenYa never once spoke up or said anything. It takes people coming out and say, QueenYa Moore is a nice person. She did A, B, and C for me before people realize that. So it looks like that's not something she was comfortable with discussing. Basically, I was a blessing. Let's move on. But I understand some of you being upset. Like, girl, don't allow these people to take advantage of you, to use you, to then turn around and stab you in the back. And you sit there laughing with them, giving them views on their channel and all of that when they did not have your back and did not stand up for you and did not treat you like a friend. But here you are letting it slide. I just feel like it's probably a topic that QueenYa isn't comfortable with because, okay, I gave money to charity. Can we not discuss it, please? I gave from my heart and not to be here talking about how much I gave and all of that. Now, forget the amount. Even though QueenYa gave more than the scheduled amount, forget the amount and all of that. But hold your friends accountable publicly if they want to embarrass you publicly. So I understand some of you being upset, but it is what it is, man. With Kandi, you're laughing and smiling, then kudos to QueenYa. Her conversation with her dad was amazing and deep and all of that. I love that. I love that in as much as their relationship is still a work in progress, she still does have someone in her life, her father that she can call. And, she had that one parent that she can call and have conversations with and all of that. Whether QueenYa's father met Mark, whether QueenYa's father was at the wedding or not, if she and Mark, were meant to be, they would be. Okay, so I understand that she regret not bringing her dad around Mark and all of that other wedding, but it is what it is. But I love that, they had a great conversation. He talked about the reason why his marriage have lasted almost 40 years, as he and his wife genuinely love each other. They don't hold on to animosity and communication. And yes, those are key things. If you love and respect your wife, then you will communicate, not with anger, not with I'm going to retaliate and I want to hurt you and all of that. I'm glad that Bravo also showed the fact that, okay, this was the reason why Mark filed for divorce. Okay, he was being petty and all of that. I'm glad that it included all of that in there and brought some context to their situation at this point. Whether they stay married or not, I wish them well because I'm over it. We are all over it, right? QueenYa knows what she's doing. But what I will say, when QueenYa said, I know I'm jumping around, but since I'm talking about QueenYa, let's talk about her moment with going to counseling. When QueenYa said, I've been proposed to a lot of times, but I waited older and later in life to have a child or get married
It's because I did not want to bring Brooklyn into chaos. My goodness, that made so much sense. I will continue to restrain myself until things are set in place legally, okay? Because I do not and did not want to bring my child into chaos. And that's why I waited so long. And here we are. Hello, chaos. Hello, drama. Hello, a man that, can't seem to have it together and is back and forth. I'm not blaming Mark Daly for everything, but my goodness. All right. So all of this stuff about people saying Kenya's taking too long and she's dragging her feet and let that man go. Kenya knows what she's doing as far as the custody and working out certain things so that Brooklyn can have an easy transition even if they're not together. And that's the reason why you can have pictures like this. You can have situations like this where at her birthday party, they're smiling. At Thanksgiving, daddy is praying and mommy is, getting the turkey out of the pan.
He doesn't want it. Okay. Here, I can put his.
I think Lisa's better at the.
No. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to do a handoff. Thank you. First of all, thank you. We have a lot to be thankful. It's a tough year. One is health. That's the most important one. Family is the second one. Friendships is the third one. And we're lucky enough to have food. A lot of people don't have food insecurity. So we have food to eat, we have our health, we have great company. What more can you ask for? So I'm thankful for that, and I think we all should be thankful for that. And God blesses the food, nourishes us, makes us strong, and hopefully this kind of symbolizes the strength in our family too.
All right, so I have my turkey, and I'm getting ready to transfer it onto the plate.
Do you want to move a little closer?
What?
Do you want to move a little closer?
Ah, we did it! Yay! Yay, baby!
You can have different moments like this that even if Brooklyn sensed and noticed that mommy and daddy are not together, they're not in a good space, she will still be able to see, but at least they're trying when it comes to co-parenting. At least they're trying for my sake. At least they're friends. You know what I'm saying? And because Kenya's life was so chaotic with everything she cried and explained, with her mother and the decisions that she's made when it comes to men and all of that, everything she said in that episode, it makes so much sense. That line about, I did not want to bring my child into chaos. And that's why she falls back. Scream. Go crazy. Do you. I'm not going to engage. I'm going to be the bigger person. But believe when the cameras are not there, yeah, Kenya now, she might not be screaming and acting crazy, but she's letting Mark Daly have it, okay? You're not on camera. Go at it. Go crazy. Do your thing. Off camera, oh yeah. She lets him have it. But anyways, I'm glad that she realized the problem. She realized that even though at this age in her life, this whole thing about rejection and her mother abandoning her will stay with her forever. That's not something you easily get over. I heard that she filmed with someone that's going to either be shown or not, and it's a surprise. I mean, it's possible it could be her mom. It's possible it could be someone else, or whatever the case might be, we shall see. Because most of you remember that Kenya did post that her mom sent Brooklyn clothes. I'm not going to go dig up that post. Go to the Real Housewives of Atlanta playlist, and you will see that video of Kenya caption and all of those things that happened. So I'm glad that she is going to therapy. Now, every chance that Drew gets, she shades Kenya marriage. Every chance that she gets, she drag Kenya marriage. She make comments towards Kenya every single episode. I don't understand. You know what? When you've been struggling for a while, and now you get on a Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you are able with that check to go from struggling for a while to being able to afford your forever home, then you will do every single thing in your power to maintain that job. So you know what? I understand Drew and her husband got mortgage and new responsibilities. They have to keep up with the Joneses with that house and their house payment and all of that. So I completely understand Drew desperately going above and beyond to have an issue with QueenYa because she knows the recipe. She's seen what Portia have gone through. You know, you're friends with QueenYa. You might not pop like that, but you come after QueenYa in a negative way. And Bravo will give you the scenes and attention you're looking for. But social media and these ratings and the audience, yeah, hopefully Bravo sees that and continue to make changes because everyone is sick and tired. This is not the Kenya Moore show. This is the Real Housewife of Atlanta. So if every single episode is about Kenya, it becomes boring and tiring. Can we talk about something else or someone else? Okay? In as much as I get it, yes, Kenya ran around with the whole investigation, all of that, and I'm going to see in the next episode Kandi getting upset because it gets brought up again. It's not like Kenya is randomly out of nowhere just bringing it up. That every other day something else is coming up about that situation that is leading to the conversation, right? Kenya moves on. Oh, page 6 brings a story about what happened there. Here we go. We think Kenya did it. Kenya moves on. Oh, page 6 is saying this. So the conversation keeps coming up because other elements are bringing it up. Like LaToya bringing it up at the dinner when they were still over there before they came back to Atlanta. So it's not like Kenya, I understand people say, okay, Kenya girl, we get it, move on. But it's not like she's just randomly bringing it up. It keeps coming up. And when people start to accuse her and then call her a liar, I completely see and understand why she's defending herself. Now, back to Drew. This is the conversation where Kenya said it was so long and Drew kept bringing up her daughter, knowing that they couldn't talk about her daughter and that Bravo cut out. The conversation was weird. I understand you're on a show and you want to get to know everybody. I get it. But I don't know you, woman. So I don't owe you explanation about my personal life, my marriage, my kids. I don't owe you that. You want to get to know me, Kenya Moore? That's cool because we work together. So Kenya, how you doing? You know, how's acting going? And are you looking to be in more roles and things like that? What are different things that you're doing? Certain people you're working with, or different moves you're making in Atlanta? Questions like that. Cool, you're trying to get to know me. But I don't know you to sit here and talk about my husband, my marriage, my kid. Girl, I don't know you. So I don't understand Drew desperation. It's almost like it's not genuine. It's let me get information out of you so that I can go back and spread rumors about you. It was just so weird. And for this woman, the woman who claimed, I'm stuck in the house with my husband, my mother, and my kids. Did we not see the episode where Drew was so happy to have a break because of everything she's been through? The surgery, her husband leaving for 150 days, you know, the kids, her mom. Wasn't she happy to leave? So since when did Drew, of all people, would have loved to bring her daughter and not be away from her daughter? What? Like, this is the craziness I don't understand. Girl, if you could have done backflips, you would have done backflips because you were happy that you were getting away from it all for a few days and you were having a girls trip. So miss me with this, let me jump on the train and the bandwagon. And I don't know why they pretend like we don't see certain things. Girl, did we not just see the episode where you were happy that you were leaving your home and your kids to go have a beautiful girls' weekend? Or did I miss something? Kenya even said during her speak on it that Drew got up, ran from the table, was crying down the street. It was a big mess. Did we see that? No. The same thing happened with Tanya. I'm not saying seeing grown women being upset and crying is acceptable, but when Kenya and Tanya had their talk with the cookie lady, the big thing on Twitter was, I applaud Tanya for sitting there like a lady and taking whatever craziness Kenya was saying like a boss. She did not even flinch. Just for Kenya to say, no, she got up from the table. She ran to the bathroom. She was crying. Eva chased her and was there for her. And that's why Eva and Cynthia Bailey were shocked when Tanya had the nerve to come for them at the reunion. They were like, girl, what? We were there for you. We sheltered you. We ran to the bathroom with you. We helped wipe the tears from your eyes. And you're going to come here and say this? So that's my point. They have lost the true essence and that just beautiful and authentic feel of the show because of bias editing, and I'm not here for it. And so that's the problem that I have with Bravo. Why are you intentionally sabotaging your own show to protect, uplift, and show certain people in a certain light? When it's a show, just be authentic and show what happened. Now, yes, I understand you can't show everything, but it is possible to still show every moment that happened without, of course, showing the entire hour, but they know what they're doing. And that's why the ratings are terrible. Yes, I did say this, that the ratings for last week episode would have been terrible because everyone and their mama were watching Oprah interview Meghan and Harry. So that part I already knew. Okay, and then this Sunday is the Grammys. So good luck with the ratings at that point as well. But I already knew it was going to be low because of the Harry and Meghan interview. But yes, it is terrible. People get it. We get it. We get it. They don't like Kenya. We get it. How many Sundays is going to be, we don't like Kenya, let's show her in this negative light. So I don't know when the producers are going to snap out of it and realize they are sabotaging their own show by focusing this hate train on one person. So that whole dinner was very weird. I'm glad that Kenya got to check and got out of there. And Kenya had me on the floor laughing where she was like, Drew, why are you singing? I'm like, what the heck? And I love the girls were like, okay, yes. Kandi was like, yes, I do exercises and all of that, but not at a dinner. And I love how Kenya called her out. It was almost like she was practicing for a scene or whatever. Like, girl, let it go. And I love also that the girl did say, yeah, it looked like you were attacking Kenya. Like, girl, bye. Just because everyone is not jumping on this, let us pretend and hate Kenya more bandwagon. Like, you've been coming for her. And the whole thing about you texting me, even after Kenya said, I was going to tell them, and that's why I wanted you to give me the opportunity to tell them. You really think Kenya had a cold conversation with you on the Real Housewives of Atlanta that the girls would have seen and heard and then come at the reunion and come for her, but you really think she wasn't going to tell them that she got on the private jet, even though it's all over TV? Like I said in that episode, she was testing you and you failed miserably. She was just testing your loyalty and seeing if this is someone I can trust, and you failed miserably. And of course, LaToya, I already said it. LaToya ran on the other side. So she came running back to Kenya and they're cool again. I already knew LaToya was going to switch. You know, sitting over there talking about Kenya is great, but then the Lucifer sit inside come out. All because you decided to kiss everybody that night and do whatever you did, so now you're embarrassed. Like, girl, bye. But I already said it. Every single one of these girls do it. They come in, they gravitate towards Kenya because, oh, she's the major personality, and, you know, hang around her and get a few scenes and things like that. Oh, when that's not working, let me flip on her, because either way it goes, if you are kikiing with Kenya more, you will get seen. And if you hate her, you will get seen, as long as her name is in your mouth. And that's the only thing should be in anyone's mouth. Oh, when it comes to Kenya Moore. So Not surprised at all that LaToya switched up. I already said that was coming. Of course, people thinking that Kenya leaked the story, as if the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers couldn't have leaked it. Okay, like, this is their show. They want this thing to pop and all of that. So even if it was Kenya or somebody there, it's possible that it was an inside job. But even though Marlo at the table said something about these girls, okay, Marlo at the farm brought it up and was questioning, people are still completely skipping over everybody who's now involved and having these conversations, and still coming for and blaming Kenya Moore for everything, even though other people are also having these conversations about things that happened in that room. Because at the farm, Marlo was the one who brought it up and went around asking people questions about, did you have relations with the stripper? It was Marlo. It wasn't Kenya doing an investigation or interrogation. But when they had that private moment, they did bring up Marlo. Nope. It was all back on Kenya again. It's good to see, because it was a big story. Bravo refused to film Cynthia Bailey wedding. They left. Cynthia Bailey is upset because she went through all of this and we're not going to see the wedding, blah, blah, blah. The only difference is she didn't have a wedding special, but we will see the wedding. We've seen clips and all of that. She just had so much going on with, and people were like, dang, you went through all that. Was your sign to not marry this man. Sometimes when you can go through all of the storms, all right, and there's a rainbow at the end of all of it, and sun shines and all of that, is that after the rain, the sun will shine again. Then I guess that's your blessing, that the two of you were able to survive and go through all of the storms. That's, the God bless attitude, being positive at all times, seeing a good in every situation. That's the good that I'm seeing in this Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill situation. And congratulations on their marriage and all of that, all right? I could see Cynthia being awkward with the whole prenup conversation with everyone at the table. Yeah, I might kiki and be loving, light, and cool with some of you, but I still don't want to have this conversation open with everybody, okay? I'm not friends with everybody in the group, and I don't want a discussion in front of everybody. So, bye-bye. So, I completely understood that part. Drew, once again, finding a way to shade Kenya marriage and talk about what you can do with your tongue. And if other people did it, they will be able to. I'm like, girl. And I love that in the next episode or whatever other episode that's coming up, that LaToya called her out. Like, girl, you kissed me. You grinding on a stripper, you doing all of this, but yet you want to question other people in their marriages. But I love that LaToya called her out, not only at the farm, but in another episode where they come to blow, almost getting physical, because Drew got upset that someone is calling her out on her BS. She got upset and resulted to being almost physical with LaToya because she felt like LaToya was saying too much. So let me get mad, let me raise my voice, let me shut her up before she says too much on this camera. That's going to have people looking at me sideways. So we shall see. Now, Portia was late. But when Portia eventually got there, that Marlo, Kenya didn't talk to you, right, since the trip. Then what you do is you call Kenya and you set up a face-to-face meeting, okay, and have a conversation with her. Or you pull her away from the group and you talk to her at the farm and have a little heart-to-heart and scene with Kenya. You don't befriend Kenya and then go to Portia and all of the girls that hate Kenya so much and say, one thing I don't like is don't become my friend or tell me we're moving on and then push me to the side and like, why are you going back and having certain conversation and conflicts that you're having with the very people who don't like Kenya? So I love that Portia shut that down. Like, she said, Shamia is my best friend, and we haven't talked since the bachelorette party. And we're still friends. I haven't talked to you know what I'm saying? I like that moment. So Marlo, if you're going to be Kenya's friend, be her friend. Okay? You have an issue, go to Kenya.
Don't go to the very people who hates her. This person was talking about you. Milo said this, Milo said that. This whole elementary BS. You have an issue with your friend, okay? Since y'all were, you know what? Let me take back the word friend. They are working on whatever relationship they have. When you have an issue with the person you're working on, whatever relationship you have with her, you go to her. You give yourself the extra camera time. You don't go to the people who can't stand her to discuss her. Okay? So, once again, here we go in circles, in the dark. Who's the topic of discussion? Yep, QueenYa again. QueenYa poster of Tanya. I thought that was hilarious. LaToya saying QueenYa was the hottest. I mean, that red against her complexion, very different. I agree with that. Not because I rock with her. I do agree that her outfit was the hottest. LaToya making sure that QueenYa had certain conversations with Kandi so that she doesn't look like she's going out and discussing QueenYa business. So QueenYa continue to watch out for that one. And as you can see on Kandi speak on it, she's coming. She's ready for that reunion. Back to QueenYa and Brooklyn and Mark's situation. You know, regardless of how hard you try and all of that, you know, you can't really fool kids. Kids can sense when there's a disconnect, like I said, but as long as they see that their parents are genuinely trying to co-parent and be good and great parents, that's amazing. And yeah, so whatever else I missed, it wasn't important. I'm wishing all of the ladies well. I'm wishing all of you well, and take care.
The end of here, my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.